6 books that are filled with trading strategies and code, condensing over 50 years of knowledge on systematic trading. I'm Manir and I run Unbiased Trading. I've been trading for almost 5 years, and let's get into these 6 powerful books that I recommend pretty much every trader. First is Algorithmic Trading and Quantitative Strategies by Roger Velou and I believe Maxine Hardy. This book offers a detailed look at the expanding field and combining field of quantitative analysis with practical experience. It emphasizes empirical modeling and practical skills, making it accessible and engaging for all readers. It is a comprehensive introduction into quantitative trading, but it is overall a foundational base as an overview on the topics around algorithmic trading, with over, I think, 300 references to papers that you can also refer and read on further from. This is more of, basically, it is more of a textbook style of book. I think it's still quite useful for traders that want to learn some kind of code as well as reading through material of understanding quantitative trading. So I still think it's a great book. I think it's a bit pricey. I think I bought mine for around £60. So it's probably like $70-$80. So definitely a bit pricey, but probably worth the money, especially because most trading educational things cost a lot more than that. So if you're willing to put in the time, it is a bit of a lengthy read. I'd really recommend this book. Next is Analyze of Financial Times series. And this is just a beautiful book. This book is very useful and combines a lot of statistical tools which are widely used in the financial service industry and even in trading. It covers the basics such as distributions and moments, and also covers the functional form and properties of ARMA and ARMA models, as well as non-stationary processes such as random walk, trend stationary processes, and even seasonality, and a lot more. It has plenty of R examples, which is a bit of a love and hate relationship for me, as I don't personally know that much R. However, if you do want to, you can take a lot of the code and use like an AI like ChatGPT to help convert over the code. Sometimes it works great, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you'll have to play with it and use some of your own coding experience, or sometimes you'll just have to resort to Google and Google all of the kind of conversions over. But it is by far one of the best books on Financial Times series, hence the name, and this would be a big recommendation as well. I will say this is quite a complex read for some people, so I would recommend having a bit of prerequisite knowledge before buying this book, or if you're willing to go through a steep learning curve, as trading is, I'd still recommend this book as well, and you can get straight into it. Just be willing to spend a lot of hours at least consuming this kind of knowledge. Next is Quantitative Momentum, a practitioner's guide to building a momentum-based stock selection system. Now, this is an absolutely awesome book on momentum and taught me more about momentum, what it is, and the pitfalls than pretty much any other book. It definitely could have been shorter. However, if you can get through it, it does hold a lot of value. Now, it does focus more on the portfolio style of trading. However, at least for me, a lot of the lessons / practical advice can be transitioned over into shorter time frame trading. Momentum is one of those things that I don't think people talk about too much, at least on my side of Twitter. Sometimes I do see it referenced in the kind of crypto side of things. However, if you are looking to create maybe a portfolio of strategies, or maybe you're just trying to do this kind of method on this book as well, where it's more of a selection system, it's still a great read. A lot of these kind of books, I will say, it's going to be quite rare. I think Ernest Chan probably does the best job, where they are really directly applicable to traders in themselves. However, a lot of these other books have been more focused on the finance industry, so this is normally more portfolio based, and you're going to have to take some of the lessons and then transfer it over into more trading terms or shorter time frames. So just keep this in mind. I will say it kind of comes with pretty much all trading books, unless you're reading, I guess, like some day trading psychology book. So just keep this in mind, at least for the quantitative side. Next is Advanced Futures Trading Strategies, 30 fully tested strategies for multiple trading styles and timeframes. This is actually a book I've already made a video on. It's called 30 Trading Strategies from a Single Book. Overall, it is a great book, and many fellow traders have found it pretty good after checking it out. So be sure to check out the other video on it if you want more in-depth knowledge about it. But if you are looking for one of those directly applicable books, this is probably one of them. He talks about a lot of higher time frame strategies, which personally in his book, he reasons that can't be applied to lower time frames. However, from at least my research, or I know many other traders that have algos on lower time frames and are still profitable. So they can definitely be transferred lower. However, it's his opinion, so I totally respect it, and he wrote an amazing book. So if you don't believe in that as well, then feel free to still check out the book as well. It's one of the best books I kind of read in a while that's very directly applicable. As I was saying, with a lot of the other ones, you kind of do have to read in between the lines or extract the lessons from it. This one, you can really test a lot of strategies quite quickly. Next is Beat the Market, a scientific Stock Market System. Now, this is a classic book that reveals the secrets behind Thorpe's groundbreaking blackjack strategies, applicable as well to the stock market as well. It is quite an old book, but still holds a decent amount of value, but it is more of a read that you would probably switch between another book. So if you want to read something that's more about the history, then I'd really recommend this book. It's definitely more of a nerdy book, I guess, but probably if you're watching this channel, you're a bit of a data nerd as well. So this is just a really great story, and there are some things you can from his transition from blackjack to kind of stock market. However, yeah, I will say this is probably one of the weakest books on this list, and isn't really ideal for everyone, but personally I enjoyed it a lot, so I still wanted to put it on the list. Lastly is one of the best books. This is Algorithmic Trading, Winning Strategies and the Rationale by Ernest Chan. Now, Ernest Chan is probably one of my favorite authors, I guess, to read, and also just really anything he does, I think I find it quite interesting. There's some really amazing podcasts with him where he goes into some really good topics, especially his knowledge on machine learning. I think he's creating something called Predict AI as well, so he's got quite a good experience in that realm, and he teaches you a lot about how machine learning can't always be applied to just, data mining or extracting edge, but that's a bit of a side topic, at least for this book. I'm sorry to steal the description from Amazon, but it pretty much sums this book up perfectly. This book is on quantitative trading, written by an experienced practitioner, and it stands out from others in the field due to its focus on real examples rather than just theory. It doesn't just describe concepts, it brings them to life with actual trading strategies. Now, he clearly explains concepts in this book, along with code snippets to apply strategies straight away. It is one of the best books, and probably every quant/aspiring trader really should read it. It's not one of the most dense books, so there isn't probably the deepest value you could find. However, for a really great book to just pretty much understand a lot of the core concepts, while also having strategies you can start testing straight away with even code snippets, it's just one of the best books for it. Now, these 6 books do range in difficulty, but once thoroughly read, can fully transform your trading with ideas or techniques as they have for me. Books are a super underrated resource for trading, and often many buy them and just leave them on the shelves. And these are 6 that I really recommend that you actually fully read through and take some time. I'm a bit of a slow reader, so it takes me a bit longer than others. However, if you've got that kind of skill to read a book quite fast, I would recommend trying to get through these 6 as much as possible. But I will also say, key thing with all these books is taking notes. A lot of these books are used for you to gain ideas that you can then apply for your trading. I have sometimes people comment and they're saying, oh, this strategy isn't like straight away profitable because they copied it from a book. I will say from all the books I've read, that is a very rare instance where you'll just copy a strategy from a book and boom, instantly you've got a nice profitable, it works on live and everything. You're going to have to take inspiration from them. Don't expect to be just handed out a strategy and boom, it's going to work. But a lot of the strategies that I have found to work on live, and especially for my own portfolio of strategies, have taken inspiration from other people's strategies. And I think that's quite common when speaking to other quants as well. So I'd recommend to take that with a grain of salt. Don't think you're gonna find the winning strategy through these books, but do think you'll find amazing ideas and techniques that you can then apply to your trading. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed it, please like it and share it with anyone else who might be interested.